I'm disappointed in you in America.
Hello everyone and happy Valentine's Day. I've got a heart of a t-shirt, because that's what it's all about. It's all about love and spreading joy and shagging, I don't know. Now obviously I don't have a significant other. I haven't had a significant other in a very long time, because I don't want one. But I always miss out on Valentine's Day. I never get anyone buying me anything, or treating me to a nice dinner, or a glass of wine, or a shag, or just like, I just don't get that. So today, I thought I would take control and take things into my own hands and treat myself.
Treat yourself.
Valentine's Day, treat myself.
Treat yourself.
So I bought myself some American candy. Doesn't that scream Valentine's Day? I think Valentine's Day, was it invented by Americans? It's like a very like capitalist thing, isn't it? It's not like a holiday that anyone actually gives a crap about. It's just a way for everyone to spend money, but it sounds very American.
The mad dash into a Walmart store knocks shoppers to the ground near Grand Rapids, Michigan.
But I thought it was the perfect opportunity to try some classic American candy snack things. I think it's gonna be fun. Can't wait, I'm starving. Okay, so I just bought this little box online, and I think this is gonna have very traditional American candies. And I have been to America twice, and I'm pretty sure I've tried some like American classic like sweets and stuff, but there's some things I haven't tried. And I know I've definitely tried Hershey's, I think. I did try their pancakes and their waffles and their breakfast and stuff. I'm sorry to British people, but Americans, they do breakfast pretty damn good. I love a full English, but an American breakfast is just a much more kind of like sweeter breakfast. And I think I prefer that. Ours is very savoury and it's like more of a meal. So I'm expecting some good things from this candy. Alright, let's have a look, see what I've got. Okay, so I've got all of these things in here. Americans will have to tell us if this is typical for where you live. And also, I do think a lot of the things in here is gonna have gluten in it, which obviously I can't eat, but I'm gonna try it anyway, and I'll just have to live with the consequences later on. Okay, so what should we try first? I think we'll try Warheads. It's weird because I've heard of all of these before from like other YouTubers and TV programs and stuff like that, because English television, we get a lot of like American TV shows. So I've heard of Warheads before. I'm pretty sure these are sour. Yeah, sour and sweet, fruity, chewy candies. What are they? Oh, they're just cubes. I thought they were going to be in like the shapes of heads. So they're just like little kind of jelly, chewy cube things. And apparently these are super sour. I'm not a huge fan of sour food, so we'll see. They're not that sour at all. Honestly, they don't taste of much. I find them quite disappointing, actually. These almost remind me of like some like really cheap sweets that you would get in like a pound shop or something. They don't taste... Well, they're just, I don't know, they don't have a lot of flavour. They have a little bit of flavour at first, the sour kind of coating, but after you get into it, it's just, I don't know, like bland jelly. They're okay. I would give them about a 2 out of 5. They're nothing exciting. Next up, I think we'll try Twizzlers. And I've heard a lot about Twizzlers. I hear them all the time. I think people are usually Team Twizzler or Team Grapevine, aren't they? I think they're the two similar candy things. That's the package in there. Looks very fun. I'm assuming this is going to be similar to what we have in the UK, which are red laces, but they're not as chunky as this. Right, let's give this a go. Oh, they're awful. For some reason, I was expecting American sweets to be like full of sugar and to be really kind of overly sweet. That doesn't taste of anything. Have I got COVID again? And I don't realise, because it doesn't taste of strawberry at all. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're so disappointing. I'd give them like a 1 out of 5. And people in America, you just go to the shops and like reach for these. No, you don't. I don't think so. No, I'd rather not. I'd rather keep my money. Okay, we'll try some Nerds. I think these will be nice. And I've got a strawberry flavour and a lemonade wild cherry flavour. So that's what they look like. And yeah, look pretty good. I'm assuming these are going to be either sour or kind of like fizzy. I have heard of Nerds before. I'll try the lemonade wild cherry first, which is a very unusual flavour combination. Lemonade wild cherry. Okay, they just look like little like plastic pellets. This is more like it. This has got like flavour to it. It's very sweet. We have something similar in the UK and I can't remember what it is. Unless we have Nerds and I've tried them before. It definitely tastes like something I've eaten before. Try the strawberry ones. Yeah, they're alright. They're not too bad. I think I prefer the lemonade wild cherry over the strawberry. I would give them about a 3 out of 5. They're nothing fancy. They're alright. They're just very average. Let's go for some Jolly Ranchers. And these are the gummy versions. I think usually with Jolly Ranchers, they're the hard candy sweets, aren't they? And again, it's something I hear all the time, Jolly Ranchers. We don't get any of this in the UK, I don't think. Oh, that's more like it. At least these ones are like cute shapes and little faces and stuff. I hope these are going to be better than the Warheads. The Warheads didn't really taste like anything. The thing is, I don't want to piss off any Americans, but these sweets taste like so cheap. They taste like the UK equivalent of something you would find, just some off-brand sweet. It doesn't taste like a proper... It almost tastes like a knockoff sweet. It's a combination of both the texture and the flavour. There's not a lot of flavour, and the texture's kind of like a waxy, rubbery, cheap texture. We do jellies way better than that. Ew, what flavour's that? What's the purple one? Is it grape? Oh, it's horrible. Ugh. Oh, the grape one's disgusting. I'm sorry, but I'd give Jolly Rancher gummies like another 2 out of 5. Nothing great. Okay, let's see if Airheads will, I don't know, do better. So that's what it looks like, and I have heard of Airheads before. I wasn't expecting it to come in a bar. I was kind of expecting Airheads to look like nerds, just based on the name, but it's not. I think it's almost going to be like a Mawam bar. What flavour's this? Blue raspberry. Okay, this actually might have a lot of flavour to it. That can't be right. People in America are gonna have to let us know if I've bought like knockoff versions of your actual sweets, because that doesn't taste of much. It tastes like... It just doesn't taste of anything really. And the texture as well, it's more of like a foamy texture. Whereas if we were getting a chew, we'd be picking it out of our teeth for months. I'll give it like a 3 out of 5, a very generous 3 out of 5. I'm thinking the UK does candy better than America, which I'm shocked about. Right, this should have flavour. It's called the original Red Hot's cinnamon flavoured candy, and I have a feeling they're going to be like aniseed balls. Now if this doesn't have flavour, that packaging is so misleading. Look at all the fire on it. But if these do taste like aniseed balls, I'm not going to like them because we have them in the UK and they're horrible. Well, they don't look like aniseed balls. I'm just going to have one just in case they're really hot. Kind of looks like a Skittle a little bit. The aniseed balls. Ugh. Nah. No, they're horrible. That's not because of their sweets, that's because I don't like aniseed balls. We have basically the exact same thing, packed with flavour. You can't not have flavour with them, but they're horrible. I would give them 1 out of 5, but that's nothing against this kind, what are they called? The Red Hot's cinnamon flavoured candy. It's nothing against them, it's just my personal preference. I don't like these kind of sweets. If you like aniseed balls and stuff, you would give them a 5 out of 5. This is one I'm really excited about because I've heard a lot about it, and it's called Laffy Taffy. Unfortunately, they've given me banana flavour, and I'm not a huge fan of banana flavoured sweets, but I'm excited to try taffy. I've never ever tried it before. I think this isn't going to be disappointing. I think this is going to be really good. The texture's definitely better than the Airheads one, but flavour-wise, I'm still missing, like, I don't know, it just doesn't have, like, a lot of punch or anything about it. They all seem very bland. I don't mind it though, that's more my kind of thing. I would give it like 4 out of 5, a very generous 4 out of 5. Okay, so we're moving on to a bit of chocolate this time, and I've got some Hershey's strawberry and cream, and I think I have tried Hershey's before, and I can't remember whether it was good or not. I've never tried their strawberries and cream one though. The bar looks really fun. It's got like ice creams on it, that's nice. It's not too bad, I don't mind that. For some reason I was expecting this to be sickly sweet, and it's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. And I think a lot of people who don't live in America think their chocolate tastes sour. It doesn't taste sour, it does taste a little bit sweet. I'd give it a 4 out of 5, it wasn't too bad. I don't think I'd buy it again, but it's alright. Okay, so next up we've got a Tootsie Roll, and I've heard about this a lot. I hear about it in every American TV show. They always talk about Tootsie Rolls, and I never understood what one was. But it looks like this. I'm assuming it's going to be like some sort of caramel thing. I hope this is good. It better be. Oh, okay. I think it's gonna be like a toffee. We have way better toffees and caramels in the UK. If you had an eclair, I feel like this is trying to be an eclair, but it's just failing miserably to be an eclair. It's almost again got like a foamy texture to it, and it hasn't got a lot of flavour. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Honestly, these are so disappointing. I don't know whether I've bought the wrong thing though. I was expecting them to be a lot better, because I always see Americans slagging off British candy and British sweets and stuff like that. But I don't know how they dare, if this is the stuff that yous are eating. Right, let's try a Charleston Chew. Try frozen. Are you supposed to freeze these? It says on the packaging try frozen. I don't know what that's about. I've definitely heard this one before as well. It's a chewy flavoured nugget with a delicious chocolatey coating. Well, we'll see if it's delicious or not. Okay, it looks very promising. This is better. The texture of this is very light and it's foamy, but it's intentionally foamy because obviously it's a nugget, isn't it? Yeah, like nougat or whatever you call it. This is quite nice actually. I would eat a whole one of these. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. I don't think I would call it delicious, but it's serviceable and I don't mind that. I'm not gonna lie, Valentine's Day has been very disappointing so far. Hopefully Chewy Lemon Head will get things going. Is that what they're called? Chewy Lemon Heads? That's actually the name of the sweet. So there we have it, Chewy Lemon Head, and I'm assuming that's Mr. Chewy Lemon Head right there. If these aren't in the shape of lemons, I'm gonna be very disappointed because, like, that's all your branding. Like, come on. What? They're not even, like, yellow lemons. That's what you would expect. Oh, it's because it's tropical flavoured. It's not lemon flavoured. They're not too bad. It reminds us of something we have in the UK, but I can't put my finger on it. It has a similar consistency of a Skittle, but not as chewy as the Skittle. They're okay. I'd give them like a 3 out of 5. Not bad at all. Okay, next up we'll try some Swedish Fish Mini Tropical. That's what they look like. Look pretty fancy, pretty cool. And I have heard of Swedish Fish before, but I've never had them. Are the purple ones grape? Because I'm not eating the purple ones. Oh no, they're passion fruit. Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. I don't think they're very nice either. It almost reminds me of like a really cheap knockoff wine gum. Nowhere near as good as wine gum. I feel like I bought the wrong things. I feel like, is this company, does it actually buy their stuff from America? It's all in date. American Candy Hamper. People in America will have to let me know if you actually get this stuff in shops. Because, I don't know, it can't taste like that. It can't. I always thought American foods were like overly sweet and sugary. And none of these have really tasted of much. Okay, let's try Reese's Nutrageous, like bar, I think. And I'm assuming this is going to be similar to like a Snicker. It looks very much like a Snicker. Well, no, it doesn't. I tell you what this looks like. It looks like a toffee crisp. And toffee crisps are amazing. Oh, it's not a toffee crisp. Yeah, that's good. It's kind of like a very light Snickers. It's not as chewy and as kind of indulgent. It's really nice. I like the peanut flavour. I'm going to give this one 5 out of 5, only because all of the others have been awful. But if I was rating it on its own, I would probably give it a 4 out of 5, because it is good. I would buy this and I would eat it and I'd enjoy it. Okay, I've got some Bubblicious chewing gum, which I'm not going to obviously try. And we have Bubblicious in the UK, so there's no point. And the last one, and the most exciting one, I think, is Kool-Aid. Oh yeah! And I have always wanted to try Kool-Aid. I've seen it in TV shows, I've seen it everywhere, and I've never understood what it actually is. So apparently I need to empty the contents of this into a large plastic or glass pitcher. Oh, I have to add sugar to it as well. Does it not have sugar included in it? Okay, well, I'll get some water and some sugar, and we'll try and make some Kool-Aid. Oh, I think because this one says it's unsweetened, I'm assuming you can buy just like sweetened stuff, so it's making us go to work for it, but that's fine. Better be worth it. I'm assuming with Kool-Aid, Americans just kind of mix it up how they want to mix it up. I don't think they follow all the instructions on the back, because I want this to actually taste of something. I feel like everything's been so bland, and I don't want to offend any Americans out there, but if this is the stuff that yous are eating as like a treat, I feel so sorry for you, because the UK, we just have way better sweets. And that's not me being biased because I live here. I couldn't give a shit about the UK. Like, we do a lot of things really, really bad, but apparently, compared to America, we do sweets really good. I think this is going to be similar to like a cordial that you would have in the UK, which is like a diluted juice, and you just pour it in and then pour some water in, and you can make it as strong or as weak as you want. And cordial's amazing. You can get it in all different flavours. And then add some sugar to it. How much do I want? I'll add that much first, and then I'll have a try. Cheers, everyone. What flavour is it? There has to be a flavour. Oh, strawberry kiwi. Yeah, I suppose it tastes like strawberry. It doesn't really taste of anything. Well, it does. It's got like a fruity flavour, but I can't distinguish what those fruity flavours are. I wouldn't be able to tell this is strawberry and kiwi. It tastes nice though. I could quite easily sit and have like a glass of this. This is absolutely fine. And I would definitely compare this to a squash. The only thing about this one is it's a lot harder to make. Well, it's not a lot harder to make, but there's a lot more chew, especially with the unsweetened version, to make it, as opposed to a squash where you just kind of doop and then done. But yeah, perfectly acceptable, and I quite enjoy it. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Not bad at all. So I think that just about does it for my Valentine's Day treat day, and trying some American candies. And just like, I'm like I'm kind of like, well, I'm not annoyed, but I'm really disappointed. If you're an American and you come to the UK, I suggest you buy some of our sweets, because our sweets, if this is the kind of stuff you're eating, will blow your mind, because ours are a million times better. The only thing I can think of is that I've bought some sort of like, I don't know, weird version of them, or like a knockoff version. But if these are genuine American sweets, how are you happy all the time? I'd be miserable. And even like the warhead things, I've seen people online do warheads as like a challenge, and they're like, oh, you have to eat a warhead because it's so sour. Really? Really? That's sour to use? No. I'm terrible with sour foods. I can't stand sour things. These are like sweet to me. So thank you, America, for ruining my Valentine's Day treat.
You're welcome.
It's because I came into this video with very high expectations, and I thought America was really going to come through, and well, they just didn't, did they? The one I'm most disappointed about, by the way, are Twizzlers. I thought Twizzlers were going to be like these fruity, licoricey, like really tasty red things, and they're just like so bland. A grapevine's better than Twizzlers. Am I gonna start an argument in the comments? Because Twizzlers are shit, like really, really shit. So I think I'm gonna nip to the shops and buy myself like a Terry's chocolate orange and some fruit pastels and something that's actually gonna taste nice. Oh, I'm devastated. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm sorry, America, that I've slagged your sweets off, but it had to happen. They're not very good. But I'll see you on Friday for a far less disappointing video. That's what it is.
I'm disappointed in you, America.
This heart should be broken. That's what's happened to us. You've broken my heart.